New options coming to the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06. Amazing news, everyone. Let's get excited. Let's go. Howdy folks, you on the C8 Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of C8 Speed 252. And this is your first time stopping by, well, my name is Clarence, and I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up. Definitely hit that subscribe button and leave your comments down below. With that being said, you guys, I found out some new information today from my good friend Keith over at Corvette Blogger. Here is some information that I'm super excited to tell you guys about because there is no videos on this yet, and I'm sure there will be some to come. But I want to talk about some of the new options that are possibly coming to the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06. It is really rare that information like this starts to come about during the early stages of this car, because I'm expecting information like this to come out next year, right before it's time for everyone to start building their Z06s. But I'm super excited to bring this information to you today. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about the new options coming to the 2023 Corvette Z06. As we all know, the Corvette Z06 is the hottest car that is coming out next year. Take a look at the screen, you guys. What do you see behind this engineer? A sweet looking Accelerate yellow Corvette Z06. Now this engineer, by the way, his name is Josh Holder. He was actually in Atlanta this weekend providing lots of great information about the 2023 Corvette Z06, that some information that a lot of people are not 100% sure about, but I'm going to tell you in this video. As Keith would say, a lot of prayers was answered this weekend at the Pete Le Mans race. Josh Holder, which is one of the engineers of the 2023 Corvette Z06, has an interview with the audience at the race, and he talks about certain options that are coming to the 2023 Corvette Z06. Now, was these options actually meant to talk about on purpose, or were some of these options actually just slipped out of his mouth? We don't know. But at the end of the day, Mr. Josh is really a great guy. I'm actually friends with him. We text from time to time. So with that being said, I'm sure that he knew what he was doing, and that these options is definitely options that will most likely come out in 2023. And you guys are going to be stoked, because I'm sure some of you will totally get this on your 2023 Corvette Z06. Josh pretty much has a almost 30-minute interview with the audience. He stands next to the Accelerate yellow C8 Z06 and the Z06 Cutaway, which is a really great thing to actually look at. Keith from Corvette Blogger goes on to say that halfway through this presentation, Josh actually opened up questions about future variants of this car and also the 2023 Corvette Z06. Now, Josh obviously wasn't going to answer anything regarding any future variants of the C8 Corvette, but he was definitely more than welcome to answer questions regarding the current Z06 that has already been unveiled to the world, and that is super exciting, because like Keith said before, a lot of prayers has been answered, and I hope that you guys are just excited about this car as I am, as Keith is, and a lot of the engineers. With that being said, mellow red interior will be replaced by the dipped adrenaline red interior for 2023. Once again, you guys, the breaking news is that we learned that Morello red interior will be replaced by the dipped adrenaline red interior for 2023. Now, I will admit, the adrenaline red interior is going to look fabulous. I'm talking about extremely well in a lot of colors that come with the Z06. Also, depending on what trim level you get, you may not be able to even get the adrenaline red inside your C8 Z06. Before I get into the next option, you guys, leave your comments down below on your thoughts of Chevrolet getting rid of the mellow red interior to replace it with the adrenaline red interior. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super stoked about it. I really love red interior. Now I know a lot of guys I've seen that spec'd out their Corvettes, their C8 Corvettes, and also their C7 Corvettes in the past have gone with like torch red and red interior. And I know one thing, those colors do look well if you can actually put those two pieces together. So I'm looking forward to seeing the new adrenaline red inside the future variants of the C8 Corvette Z06 and whatever variants that come after that. I know a lot of you guys were super excited about the 2023 options and not knowing what they could be, but there's one of the new options that are definitely coming out in 2023. Now, with that being said, even though I am talking about some of the new leaked options that are coming out right now, I guarantee you Chevrolet will come out with more options in the future for the Corvette Z06. I got a feeling the Z06 is one of those cars that they will want to actually keep separated from other generations. And I'm going to tell you about that right now. So another option that is going to happen inside the Z06, which I'm not sure if this will be an option that you guys are able to choose on your own, but an option that will most likely come with the Z06, which is there seems to be some new stitch pattern inside the interior to enhance and make it look completely different in the Z06 compared to the Stingray. Once again, it seems that Chevrolet will give us a new stitch patterning inside the Corvette Z06 that is not inside the Stingray. This will also help people understand the difference between the C8 Z06 and the C8 Corvette Stingray. Now, a lot of guys always say things like, I want these two cars to look different. I want to be able to say, my car is the Z06 and my car is the Stingray. A lot of people like the fact that these cars will have some differences other than just one car having a smaller body than the other, because as we all know, the Z06 always comes with that wider body compared to the Stingray. Now don't get it wrong, the Stingray body is definitely wide. It's a lot wider than the C7 Corvette Z06. So everyone, leave your comments down below on your thoughts on this second option that, once again, it may not be an option you can choose because it most likely will come in every C8 Corvette Z06, but how do you feel about Chevrolet actually changing up the stitching inside of the Z06 so it looks completely different from the Stingray, so people can actually see that obviously you would own the Z06 compared to Stingray. Now don't get it wrong, the Stingray is an amazing car to own regardless of whether the stitching and how it looks differently in both cars, but it is pretty cool that Chevrolet will make this Z06 look a little bit different than the Stingray. So this clip that's currently on the screen right now, I wanted to bring this clip back to you guys because we seen a little bit of this inside of the trailer from the Corvette Z06. Now a lot of people didn't catch this and understood why this was the case, but I'm going to explain to you right now. As you guys can see, they're stitching something. We saw inside of the Corvette Z06 trailer when they released it that it was also stitching something, and we was kind of confused on what they were stitching, right? We assumed that they were stitching the Corvette C8 logo on the back of the seat, which is inside of the Stingray, which is still a possibility that they will still put that C8 logo on the back of the seat as we've seen in the current Z06 unveiling. But it also can show us what General Motors is actually going to do, which is actually stitch something completely different inside the Z06 to make it look completely different from the Stingray. Now, as you can see, the engineer is on the screen. He has a great deal to do with the interior of the C8 Stingray and the Z06. I got a chance to meet him in the 2019 unveiling, and he explained a lot about the interior and how he went about it. And he explains in the trailer too that he used to design shoes around an athlete, whereas now he's designing interior around the engine of the C8 Z06. So I'm not going to sit here and say, guys, that this is all 100% sure that the interior will look completely different from the C8 Stingray compared to the Z06 because of what we already saw in California where they unveiled the Z06 recently, but there possibly could be some changes coming in 2023 that obviously GM haven't showed us, and I wanted to get this information out to you. So I'm totally looking forward to seeing exactly the new interiors that Chevrolet are planning to bring to the 2023 Corvette Z06 on top of the new stitching that will supposedly make the C8 Z06 look completely different from the C8 Stingray. Now, although with this being said, even though they're bringing out some new interiors, colors, possibly That doesn't mean that these new colors will come with every trim level, which is the 1LT, the 2LT, and the 3LZ. Another thing that Mr. Keith from Corvette Blogger talks about is that we hear about the hollow tube camshaft. How much oil does this engine actually take? And we hear that every LT6 V8 engine is dyno tested before being installed in the car. Now Josh goes on to say, we have done this thousands of hours of track, dyno, and street durability testing. So I'm not gonna lie guys, I think this Corvette Z06 is gonna hold up pretty well, especially if they're dyno and testing every engine before put inside this car to make sure it stands up to the capability of the engineers want with this car. So guys, once again, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for joining this YouTube channel today. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up, please do. I would love nothing more for you to become part of this community, and definitely your comments down below. Once again, my name is Clarence. This is your first time stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed all the options that I explained to you today. Leave your comments down below with every option that I mentioned today, because I would love to get your feedback, and obviously if Chevrolet sees this video, they will love your feedback as well. Once again, you guys, I'm greatly thankful for each and every one of you, and I hope you all have a great day.